Penelope Freeh moved to the Twin Cities in 1994 to dance with James Sewell Ballet, and she's still dancing with him, but over the past few years she's increasingly earned a reputation as a choreographer. And it was just a couple of weeks ago that Penelope learned that after 10 years of applying, she finally won this year a McKnight Fellowship in Dance. It comes with a $25,000 award, and she and Megan Meyer, who also just won a McKnight Fellowship, are sharing an evening at the Southern. Well, in the first of two eggs, first on Penelope, the second on Megan, we're going to look at these two McKnight Fellowship winners, talk with them about their artistic process, and where they've come through into getting this fellowship on this edition of 3 Minute Egg.
I've been applying for the McKnight Choreography Fellowship for 10 years. I knew that I wasn't yet mid-career 9 years ago, but something in me just needed to pursue it anyway, and to put myself on that track and let the world know that I was interested in creating more and more work. So I would say for 5 years or so, it was very much like, I'm going to do this as a matter of course. I know I'm not going to get it, but writing a fellowship proposal is such an incredible learning experience. And then part of that process, if a person wants to get everything out of that process, is you get your feedback from the panels, which may or may not be constructive to you, and then you turn around and you apply that for the next time. But through that process, it's not about telling them what they want to hear, it's about investigating your own desires and hopes and dreams, and putting that on paper and lining it up with your work sample so that you represent yourself as authentically as possible. And it's so funny that I got it this year because I finally felt like I did that. I'm arm wrestling less and less with the conflict, and I'm embracing the conflict because I love what it encourages me to do choreographically by marrying the two worlds of classical ballet and what I would call classical modern. I love smashing them together. And so it's kind of an inside joke with the long tutus, but it's also actually, to me, integral to the drama of the dance, because it's more than the physicality. There's a total emotional basis from which it stems. It stems from the very first duet, which is about a relationship that happens in parallel, where the people never actually turn to see each other, or very little, and taking that seed and exploiting that and exploring that throughout the piece. Last year I had a very difficult time because I felt like my feedback, I wouldn't have even called it feedback, I would have called it commentary, and it wasn't constructive, and it made me mad. And then I made a response dance, and that part of that dance was on my sample this year. It was cool though, because it forced me to look in the mirror and face, like, okay, I'm going to choose to not internalize that, however it's still pissing me off. How can I figure this out so that my work is perceived as really genuine and authentic and not decorative or like a facade or whatever? I was just really struggling with it, it goes hand in hand with my struggle with the ballet world and how my work responds to that or doesn't.